Namaste, everybody. Namaste. Just wanted to jump on. I don't know if anybody's going to be on, but that's okay. Want to do my me old walk and talk. Have a couple of things to talk about. Hopefully our friends in Florida are a little bit better. I know a lot of people lost. I'm still waiting for my one friend to get back to me. Her and her son. I spoke to her late last night. She said she was okay still. But I haven't talked to her since that time yesterday. Last night, I think around 11. So hopefully, if you're out there, Donna Bonner, let me know that you're safe. And prayers up for North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia. That's where the storm is heading. Okay. Hey, Carol. How's work going? Oh, wait, you guys didn't start yet, right? East Coast. East Coast didn't start yet? Let me know. I'm sorry, I'm mixed up because ever since I moved here and we start school, August 24th, I'm all messed up. I'm used to the old one. Hi, Rain Cloud. Hi, Cheryl. Nice to see you. Indigo Key Wisdom. How are you? You're East Coast, right? You're New York, my fellow New Yorker. School starts September 5th. Where are you, Cheryl? Are you Canada? Let me know. Wait, school started. You started on Monday. Do you like it? Was it a good week so far? I don't even know what day it is. Wednesday, right? Is it Wednesday, guys? Sorry. Look at this nice shaded area. So I just said, let me get my butt outside. And I still didn't want to go. And I said, let me get my butt outside and walk. Even if it's a short walk. And then I knew that if I put it on a live, you guys would motivate me. Justice James, how are you? Yes, prayers for all. Amy Valentine, how are you, Amy Valentine? Cheryl, I thought Canada. Because I always see you on Ruby's lives, and I'm pretty sure you mentioned Canada. How are the fires? Fire's pretty heavy there? You love it, Carol? I'm glad. I remember when you were going for that job. I'm so glad you love it. Do you have one student or several students in high school? Thank you, Cheryl. We love you too. So, guys, hi. Namaste. No makeup today, just a little lip gloss and earrings. Once you put your earrings on, you can start your day. And then I also put perfume on, and Devin was like, "Ooh, you smell good." I was like, "Oh, I forgot. I put perfume on." Then it signals the brain. And wherever you got the perfume from, I got the perfume from students in Brooklyn in pre-K, I believe. No, my 4th grade class. So that would be 2010 to 2011. Gave me this expensive perfume. And I was like, wow, they're really trying to get a good mark. I think it's called Coach. And every time I put it on, that's when I was like first going out with Devin, and I had to drive over the bridge and starting my new job. There was a lot of new things. Newly divorced, new job, So whenever I smell that Coach, I can't believe it's been so many years that I still have it. Because I use it sparingly. And then I have other perfumes. Michael Kors is my favorite. But anyhow, it brings me back to those times. Brings me back to like, it reminds me of the kids. It reminds me of going out with Devin. It reminds me of everything new, you know, new section of my life. So anyhow, I know it's a weird talk, but things get weird on the Mystic Brady Bunch channel. They get weird. Not in a bad way though, I don't think. Yes, Indigo Key Wisdom. She's a Mystic Brady Bunch member. And she also has a channel that I shared some stuff because it was very, very, very important. And I kind of agreed with a lot of things that she got. She agreed with a lot of stuff I got. Hi, Muse News. You doing good? Muse News, you're from Spring, Florida? Wait, I'm saying it wrong. Sebring, right? Sebring, Florida. And you were okay and your house was okay? Well, we prayed hard for you. And everybody, I have a purple candle that has your name on it. You stayed golden, right? Archangel Michael was busy. And he's still busy. But that's okay. You just have to call him and he comes out. You have to ask God for permission to send the archangels down. And he will. My dream was spot on. Oh. Yeah, I hope everyone's okay. I think everybody is. I think everybody took a lot of precautions and that was good. Yes, and Remy and Tuxedo, your cat. And Brenda was okay too. Everybody, Muse News has a channel. She's out of Florida, but I don't think that's going to be your last stop. I think you're going to be moving again, but not before you work at your job. This is somebody you're going to meet. You just got a new job. Somebody you're going to meet there that's going to help you on your journey. Okay, sorry. I got to turn off the third eye. I'm getting your energy. I'm getting a lot of people's energy. I missed. Let me just go back because I was trying to read what Indigo Key Wisdom said. My dream was spot on, and I hoped you connect the dream that you had days prior. Good. I'm so glad. That's how it should be. Life should be full of helping each other, supporting each other, and especially when we're very empathic. We don't fit, in a square world. When you have a lot of sensitivities, or just even small amounts of empathy, you don't have to be full-on psychic, but to be sensitive, to be empathic, we have to help each other out because we don't fit into this square, average self, average person, okay? We're weird. Most likely you were weird as a kid or weird as a teenager and you stayed weird, okay? Or odd. But odd in a good way. You know what I'm saying? Look at the clouds. Did I just pass a heart? Is there a heart back there? Yes. I think so. Look at that. It looks like a fake. Doesn't it look fake? Looks like somebody just drew blue and then they put white cotton and then they put the trees. Of course, nobody's out except me. That's okay. I don't feel so bad because when I saw Pam driving through storms and not one other car was on the road, when she was driving, when a house burnt down in California. She was driving from California all the way to Florida, and there was flames on the side in the backdrop, and I'm pretty sure she was alone there. And then when she was driving in Florida, she was alone too. And I'm like, why is she always on the road alone? Where are all the cars? Well, that's what I think when I'm walking around and I don't see one person. Not one. Why? Isn't there anybody like coming out of their house, getting the mail, walking their dog? Why? Why is nobody out? It's okay. I have the world to myself. I have you guys. But it's a beautiful day out here. It's not that hot. It's Texas hot, but it's not Texas hot, which would be like 110 degrees. Usually like 103 or 4, it's not comfortable to walk. But I try to push myself even to walk in my backyard, just even a couple minutes, because otherwise I'm just sitting too much. And I did not start work yet. I'm all ready to go. They did call me today, but I didn't accept the job. Why? I'm about to tell you. Whew. 1 second, let me get to shade, okay? Let's get over to shady Brady time. Ooh. Hi, Mystic Brady Bunch. Thank you for being here. See, we can be a family together, and we could be creative, and we don't have to be in competition. We could support each other, rise each other up, instead of knock each other down. There's enough, more than enough attention, money, accolades for everybody in the world. There's more than enough. It's not just supposed to be one person gets successful or rich or wealthy or prosperous, or one person with attention. It should be everybody gets their fair share. Okay, I'm gonna walk back the other way, this way, so I can go in the shade, so I can speak to y'all. See, I'm talking like a Texan, but it doesn't quite fit, right? So I could speak to you guys. In New York, I say you guys, even if you're girls. Hey guys, let's go. That's what you say. Anyhow, okay, so there was a job in a school that I don't really like to go to because it's very kind of rough. I used to go to it all the time. It was one of my first schools that I started at. But what happened was, I'm very picky now that I'm gonna be 60, and I've been doing this for 8 years as a sub. I'm a regular teacher, but still, if you know the story, you know. If you know, you know. Anyway, I used to do lunch duty. I used to take anything, special classes, and then I started eliminating schools because some schools I would have a terrible time if they weren't, like, if the principals weren't strong on the school and the behavior was bad. The school I was at, the behavior wasn't great, but it got increasingly worse. Like, a desk would go flying past me, a chair would be thrown at me, and I'm like, oh, hell nah, can't do it. Too old. All right, I've done it. I paid my dues. I don't want the chair to be thrown at me and then a kid runs out the door. So I don't get excited. I just call the office, but it kind of dampens your day. Anyhow, but they call me there. The reason why I didn't go in is, number one, I was up a little bit late tracking the storm. My stepson says, well, why do you want to watch that? It has nothing to do with you. We don't live in that area. But I am a storm watcher, even if it's not for me. And I was like, well, I have family and friends in Florida, and I think it's South Carolina. Genocide's from. Is it South Carolina or North Carolina that genocide's from? If anybody knows, genocide is our friend and sister, light worker. Anyhow, so I didn't go because I was like, maybe I'll go Friday if it's a school that I want. But this school called me, the secretary calls me, or the assistant principal. I know her name, and I feel bad because by the time I wake up, which has been every day for almost a week now, 10 o'clock, I hear, get out of bed. That's what I hear. And I don't listen to it. I don't listen to it. But then by 10:10, I look at the clock, and then that's my sign of my mom. And then I know I'm not going to be able to go back to sleep, am I? She's like, nope. And then by 10:20, I'm already out. But anyhow, I know, don't cry for me, Argentina. A lot of you are up at 6 o'clock. I understand that. And I will be too, soon. Well, probably Friday or next week. So anyhow, my stepson had to get a CT scan done with contrast on the back of his neck where he has his lump. Okay, he also, I don't know if I shared with you guys, but he also got a new job. And I won't say where it's at right now because, I don't want to jinx it, but yeah, he'll be starting, I think, next Thursday training. But it's full time, and he got hired on the spot, which was really good and very rare, because he answered the correct way or the correct question, and nobody else has ever answered it correctly, and he did. So he got hired on the spot. So he'll be starting next Thursday. Hopefully everything went okay with his CT scan and his blood work, because he gets this lump behind his neck, and they've tried 2 rounds of, what's it called? Steroids. So he still has it. So there's a lot of prayers that I've been doing, especially when he was looking for another job, because he still had his other job. He just finished yesterday. Anyhow, prayers work, because his grandfather, who I met him like twice, I believe. He just died, I think, 2 years ago. He came to me and he said, you tell my grandson that the way he's going to know which job to pick is he's going to see me, or somebody that looks like me, or somebody that acts like me. The guy is going to remind him of me. And I was like, he has 2 grandfathers, and one, Devin's father, used to live with them. So Devin was like, no, you having a vision of my father. It had to be my father. And I was like, I think I know what my visions are. Thank you very much, Devin. Love you to death. He was like, no, it was my father because they were really close, and he wasn't close with his other grandfather. I said, that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, because I asked him, which grandfather? Because I met his mother's, Devin's ex-wife's father in person, but Devin's parents were passed, just like my parents were passed, so I only saw him in a picture. So he handed me, first of all, it looked like his grandfather, his paternal grandfather. I know what difference does this make to you guys, but I'll get there. Give me a moment. I'm trying to walk and talk. It's not easy. Anyway, he kind of bowed, and he gave me a 4-leaf clover. Okay? His last name is Kelly. Okay, and he's Irish. Duh. Okay, so I told Connor this. I told him the story, and he didn't seem impressed. All he kept on stimming on is, well, you told me that I was going to get 3 offers, and I only got 2. I was like, how dare you? You ingrate. Anyway, I was like, because the 3rd one is still there. It's still coming. He was like, nope. You said it would all come up, 3 offers on Monday or Tuesday, and you were wrong. I was like, you know what? In a way, you did have 3 offers because his regular job that he was leaving asked him to stay. They wanted him to stay because the people that they were going to hire, they all took a step out. They all didn't show up. So anyhow, I'm glad he's out of there. And what I'm trying to say is, in an awkward way, as usual, is that his grandfather kept coming to me and he would say, did you tell him yet? Did you tell him? And like sometimes I would see Connor at night. I didn't feel like going into a big conversation because I'm chilling. Okay, I'm chilling on the couch, and he was every day, he'd come home and he would have a bad day or something bad happen at his job. It was meant for him to leave. He was there 8 years. They didn't appreciate him. So anyhow, this job that he's starting is like over $9,000 more a year, and it's full time, and they weren't even supposed to be hiring anybody full time. He was applying it for part time. I don't know why, because I told him you got to get something full time. Anyhow, the grandfather kept coming to me, and I don't really remember speaking to the man in person more than like once in my life, just to say hello, how are you? And that was it. I think I shook his hand. But anyhow, he was like, you better tell him. So I said, all right, I'll tell him. Now, it turns out there's a man that I think he's talking about, and he's at the front, machines. And he's a worker there. An older man, very thin, with white hair, and he's kind of like a funny personality, like he'll try to joke with you. And I'm pretty sure it's him that they're talking about. And I was like, don't forget what your grandfather said. Look for that man. And he was like, well, I have to start the job first. And I was like, yeah, I know. Doy. Anyhow, okay, so why didn't I go to my job? I know, see, didn't I circle back? Wait, is anybody saying anything? Sorry if I lose track. You stayed up watching too. Tammy's here? Did I see? Tammy, how are you here? I thought your phone was in water. Didn't you have to put your phone in for 24 hours? Let me know. I'm glad you're here. Welcome, Ruby. Welcome, Tammy. Is Tracy here too? Okay. Prayers for Devin. Devin's okay. Okay, y'all. I have to keep people coming and try. Okay, that's okay. Thank you, Ruby. I'll talk to you later. You need a job, Cheryl? We'll start putting up your manifestations and start writing down what you would like to do, what would bring you happiness, and then manifest. Make phone calls, put your resume out, apply. Indeed is a good one. That's how he got his job. Indeed is very good. Crazy Eights, how are you? Crazy 8 Tarot Talk is another East Coast YouTuber. She has a new YouTube channel. She only started in July. She's doing great. Go give her some love. On your iPad. Oh, okay. The other phone's in the bag. Okay, so All right, I think I caught up. So what I wanted to tell you guys, it's embarrassing. One part's not embarrassing, one part you know about. Okay, so do you remember I told you the last time that my doctor wanted me to go for some kind of nuclear test on my gallbladder? And I was like, oh, say what? And I did research on it, and it was like this long 2-hour test, and you're in the tunnel, and I'm like sweating just looking at it because I'm claustrophobic severely. I could be claustrophobic in an open setting. Okay, I have to talk myself off the hill, off the shelf, off the ledge. Okay. All right, let's get hooked on phonics. Let's get hooked on words. All right, so what I wanted to tell you is I'm stalling. All right, because I like the shade over here, but they're probably calling the cops as I walk. Anyway, let's get off this block. So, I told you I'm not going to do that nuclear test because I don't think it's right. And I'm sure it's $1 million. So I said yes to a second test, which was just a regular CT scan. Why couldn't I say CT? My mouth went weird. Am I having a stroke? Okay. My lower back's been hurting, but you got to push yourself and walk. All right, I'm going to go behind my house because at least it'll be shady there. So I'm going to get the CT scan done at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning and across town, right? I'm not scared of it. I had 1 million of those done, right? They give you dye if it's with contrast, and it makes you feel like you pee in your pants. That's what I asked Connor. I said, did you feel like you pee in your pants? He goes, no. I go, do you feel anything? He goes, no. Just felt cold. That was it. I was like, okay, what can I say? You're tough. So, anyway, back to me. So, look, I feel like I'm at the ranch. And this beautiful fence, that cost a lot of money. I would like a fence like that. I got an old fence. Anyway, so I'm getting that test done. But then in the interim, because there can never just be one thing wrong with this person, right? There's got to be a whole handful of stuff going on at once, right? Everybody getting CT scans in the same week. Devin having to drive us all around. But last year at this time, Devin had his huge 18 millimeter kidney stone. So payback's a bitch. At least he doesn't have that, thank God. Knock on wood. All right, so I'm in my own walkway so I can walk here. So I've been having a bad itch. Okay, I know it's embarrassing, but I know that there's other women out there that have had this. Now, you might say, oh, you done got yourself a yeast infection. Okay, but it's not like, I feel like it's different. Because I've had UTI, urinary tract infections, forever. Since I'm a little girl, I've had those over and over again. You got to drink more water. Blah, 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 you know. I've had yeast infections. When I was pregnant with my daughter, I had to go on very strong antibiotics. And I was so scared it was going to hurt my baby. But they said, your infection or UTI is so severe that you have to take this. So I had to take it, strong medication. And at the time, I was working in a pre-K, and we had to go in the pool every day. So I tried to get a doctor's note, but the stupid preschool that I was working at said, well, you got to get in with the kids, because otherwise they're going to drown. And this is the job. So as soon as I was in the water, when I got out of the water, I had to change out of my bathing suit, because when you stay wet in a wetsuit, that's really bad. That makes the urinary tract infection worse, 1,000,000 times worse. Anyhow, it never got better until I finished At that, I was like 6 months pregnant, and I finished that summer, and I was like, then the infections went away because I wasn't in the water all the time. Anyhow, I thought it was my pH, and of course I'm scratching it, but I bought every kind of oil. So before you think that I didn't try to put something on it, I did research up the kazoo. So because it was a weekend, so it got intensified. I would go in the sitz bath. One thing said, take baking soda, mix it with water in a little bowl, and put that on as a mask. Well, that was like putting acid. I was screaming in the bathtub. And Devin was like, what happened? So I was like, that's out. So then the only thing that helped me a couple of days ago, and I said, come Monday morning, I'm always telling everybody, go to the hospital, call the doctor. Don't wait. Because look what happened to Nana, the YouTuber that was, advocate for summer. She died, and I found out she didn't die in her bed, and her son couldn't wake her up. She died in the bath. She tried to go take a bath. It's like one of the number one things you don't do. So many people dying in the bathroom. But he fell asleep. He was supposed to watch her. According to somebody, one of my subs gave me the old 411. I don't know if it's true. It could be true, allegedly. I didn't know her that well, but I did a little video for her because it was sad. And anyhow, allegedly, apparently she had had a stroke before but didn't tell anybody. And so she was going to go to a doctor. So she told her son that she lived with, just watch me because I'm having the same feeling as I had when I had a stroke. And he was like, what? You had a what? So she never told him. When she had a stroke, she tried to hide it. I don't know why anybody would hide it, but some people are private. But anyhow, she was having the same feelings, and she had a headache that never went away. And so I don't know why she didn't go to the ER. Anyway, so I said, I can't be a hypocrite. I gotta come Monday morning. I couldn't wait to call the doctor. I didn't know if I was gonna get an appointment, and if they told me you're gonna get an appointment 3 months from never, like usually you call up in this little small town, there's one hospital. One. So Devin goes, if you can't get an appointment, then we'll take you to the ER. I don't like the ER because I don't think was I just talking to myself? All right, so did you guys hear everything I was saying? Because my phone, I think, is going dead. All right, so my doctor did call me back. The gynecologist did call me back and said, okay, what's your problem? And I was like, I don't know, I have blisters, they went away, some of them went away, but then they come back and they itch, and I've used all these creams. Desitin worked a little bit, but today it's not working. And then I said, I see bad things. I see bad things down there. So it's embarrassing, but it's nothing to be ashamed of, or is it? Okay, anyhow, yeah, it's funny, you can laugh, but I don't want to go out this way. Okay, you feel what I'm saying? I want to be healthy and go back to work and make some money and see some kids and have a schedule and try to be a normal sleeper. Which, yeah, that's not happening. You can come gynecologist on Thursday. And I was like, oh no, Thursday, any day but Thursday. I appreciate you telling me a day so soon, but Thursday I have my gallbladder. And she goes, my gallbladder scan. She goes, yeah, I know. We made that appointment for you. That was through the doctor. She goes, you go to that appointment at 8 o'clock at one part of the hospital, hospital across town. Then you come back at 10 o'clock and go here. Did I say this already? Did I already do a video on this? I don't know if I did a video. No, maybe I didn't. Okay, anyhow. You probably have never heard of this, but when I... the light is here. How are you, sweetheart? I don't think I've seen you for a while. Hope you're doing okay. Has anybody ever heard of lichen sclerosis? Okay. I know people don't want me to diagnose myself with Dr. Google and 700 videos, but when I looked up my symptoms, and lichen sclerosis, one side of it is very connected to Hashimoto's. Okay. You know, which I have, Hashimoto's disorder. So it's terrible, and they usually treat you with steroids. Am I making any sense? How old is he? How old is who? How old is my stepson? He's 26 and a half. He's 26. Yeah, sometimes I think he's 15. But I'm pumped. Anyhow, so tomorrow I have those two tests. Hopefully I'll get some friggin' answers. I won't get any answers about the gallbladder, which I think the gallbladder is okay. Although when I went to see Barbie Girl in the movies yesterday, I did have soda, one soda and popcorn, and I had that pain in my stomach from the popcorn. But I don't know. When I looked up lichen sclerosis, I think I've had this for many years. And what happens is it goes away because they throw at you Monistat, they throw you creams and sometimes antibiotics and sometimes what's the name of it? Yeah, the Monistat 7 days, the Monistat 5 days, and steroids. And then it goes away. And then everybody forgets about the itch that you want to kill somebody. You want to kill yourself. You want to rip it out and throw it away and say, I'm just dead from here down. Don't need it. I'm not making any more babies. It's not giving me pleasure. It's just pain. Okay, anyhow, so I've said too much. Now I'm embarrassed, so I'm going to turn this away. Okay, let's go into my yard. He's my baby boy. Okay, I'm way behind in the chat. It was a cutoff. I bet you when she was at the mansion. Well, yeah, but I was just at the mansion with Devin, and I didn't get this. I get weak feeling. Come on out, guys. Come on out. Go run. Go run. Go run. You want me to come out with you? God bless you. God bless you, Snoopy. Yeah, so I was just at the mansion I don't know, a week or 2 weeks before Ruby came, and we went again. And yeah, I stayed in there a long time, and you get weak, you get a little bit weak. It throws off your pH. It throws off your pH, but that should be cleared up after you've used the creams and drink a lot of water, and it does clear up. But when I was having the flare-up, the blisters were terrible. There was blisters where there shouldn't be blisters. So of course you don't want to scratch, but then you scratch sometimes, or you apply the oils, or the Monistat, the Vagisil. I went through a whole tube of it in 2 days, and went back to the store to get more. But anyhow, after you've done that, then you have to use the bathroom, And then when you pee, it's like acid is coming out, and you feel like it's broken shards of glass are sticking in at you. And I know I could be dramatic, but that's how it felt. And Devin, I don't think, believed me because I'm always dramatic. But I said to him, you have to look. You have to look for me. Okay? I can't just use my mirror. I want you to see. And he said no at first. He said no. I said, I'm sorry. You have to be my best friend, my husband, my doctor, my lawyer. He goes, I'm not your doctor. I go, but you have to look because I don't have anybody else to look. I'm seeing something in the mirror that I haven't seen before. And then when he looked, he was so upset. And he was like, I can never unsee that. And I was like, you're damn right you can't. Neither can I. But then he felt a little bit bad for me because it was all over my thighs, too. It was all red and purple. And, of course it was me scratching, making it worse. What's the matter, baby? But if you look up lichen, Lichen, sclerosis, you'll see. It's what I'm describing. It's like a burning. It's not just an itch. It's burning. It's like knives. It's like feeling like somebody's giving you an episiotomy 24/7. Okay, anyway, guys, I'm sorry for telling you this weird story, but would you expect anything else from me? I don't think so. Okay. Hey, remember the days when I used to give you readings? Oh, by the way, anybody who's wondering about Virgo, I have 4 pages done for Virgo, so I will be doing Virgo soon. I don't know when. Stop it. Stop it. Both of these dogs lick each other's privates. Does anybody have dogs like that? Especially Snoopy licks his privates. But Casper does it too, but Casper has shame. At least when he does it. They're both fixed, but, they do weird things together. Right, guys? Right, guys? I accept you exactly as you are. Don't cry. Casper looks like he's crying today. Not you. Not you. You're never crying because you're always happy. You tired? You tired? Okay. Okay, guys. I have to... Oh, my face is all red. I have to... Thank you for that walk. It ended up being 44 minutes. All right. I thought it was going to be 10, 15 minutes tops. But I have to make spaghetti and meatballs tonight. Yeah. Woo. What is that? I don't understand what I'm doing. Somebody save me. Somebody save me. Okay, is there a psychiatrist in the house? I need one. Okay. Guys, I love you. And let me know in the comments because nobody said anything about the lichen sclerosis diagnosis that I gave myself. Anyway, going to those 2 appointments tomorrow. Hopefully, please give me a couple of prayers. And hopefully we'll get some answers. And either way, I'm going to start back at work on Friday if there's something available, or Monday. Wait, Monday, are we off? Is Monday Labor Day? Hey, babe, is Monday Labor Day?
What?
Is Monday Labor Day?
Yes.
Oh, so it won't be Monday. Maybe Tuesday. Okay. Love you guys. Namaste.